Well, I just drug this tall Taurus into the garage. This is a 2016 Ford Explorer Sport. This thing is a sad story and a great example of why a guy should not work in a garage past a certain point. Trust me, you do not want 40, 50, 60, 70 years of car knowledge rattling around inside of your head when you lose your ability to organize your memories. A little over 3 years ago, a car lot sent this vehicle to a very brilliant and well-accomplished mechanic who I respect and owe a great deal to. He diagnosed it as needing a left turbo. He apparently made the repair and it did not fix it. He re-diagnosed and re-diagnosed. He was struggling with it and he would not ask for help. Eventually, he had to push it out of his garage and work on other things so he could make some money. Now, car lots occasionally lose cars. There are state audits where a state worker comes to the car lot, takes an inventory list, and locates all of the vehicles on that inventory list. If a vehicle's out for repairs, an employee of the car lot will drive that worker to where the vehicle is so he can take a picture of the VIN number. But just because one employee at the car lot knows where a vehicle is, doesn't mean everybody at the car lot knows where that vehicle is. This vehicle was just forgotten someplace. The mechanic had it for 3 years. As you can see, he started right here with the turbocharger and moved on to all of this. Now that's a lot of trial and error, and a hell of a hole for a guy to dig himself. To add insult to injury, while it was sitting in his lot, somebody backed into it with a plow truck. Now there's nothing more embarrassing for a mechanic than a vehicle getting damaged while it's in his possession for repairs. That really sucks. We're not talking about a dumb guy. He's been a mechanic more than 20 years longer than I've been alive. Not only is he educated by experience, he also has extensive formal education and more than 40 years of dealership experience. But from the time this guy started working on cars to the day he got this one, there have been thousands of different diagnostics procedures for thousands of different systems on thousands of different vehicles of all makes and models, all of which he was familiar with. That's a lot of information to have rattling around in your head, and it's easy to get confused. I get confused and I'm only 38 years old. On top of being a brilliant, motivated, hard worker, he also has a well-equipped garage. I listen to everything this guy says because he knows diagnostics. He has a very complicated mind. I have a simple mind. The last thing he could remember is he thought it might be out of time. And that's possible considering it is a 3.5. But all I could do was go back to the beginning. Start where he started and see if I could work it out. Maybe he missed something. Now I got a lot of faith in this guy. Most of the time his intuition is more effective than all of my knowledge. And I trust his diagnostics even if he doesn't trust it himself. Even if the whole world lost faith in him, I would still take everything he said seriously. He might not know why he knows something, but he knows it. And if he says it, I'm going to look into it. So that's exactly what I did. I started at the turbo. Guys, while I was digging around in the parts inside of the vehicle, I found a box with a new turbo in it. I got suspicious and I pulled this one off. Sure enough, it's destroyed. I think he had the right diagnosis. I just think he forgot to change the turbo. I don't really know what happened, but this one's bad. I decided to have a look at the timing. I didn't have much time to mess with it, and the electrical system's disconnected, so I couldn't view it with a scan tool. I shined a camera down in there, and there's very clearly a broken exhaust phaser. No, a turbo failure will not cause a timing issue, and a timing issue will not cause a turbo failure, but this stuff happens all the time. I've had multiple Chevy Traverses in this garage for transmission work, jump time sitting right here. These systems are only made to make it to the end of their warranty, and it's not uncommon for them to fail at around or exactly the same time. You just don't expect that sort of thing to happen between two totally unrelated systems. That's why we get confused. Either way, this guy was right. He just failed to stick the landing. I didn't doubt him for a second. He was going through some stuff when he got this car. He was entitled to at least one mistake. He's doing much better now, by the way. And as far as the car being at his shop for so long is concerned, it turns out he's been trying to get rid of it the whole time. It wasn't until he got mad that anyone was willing to do anything about it, and it still took months for somebody to drag it out of his shop and over to mine. But guys, when it comes time to sit down on a beach and pick up a fishing pole, sit down on a beach and pick up a fishing pole. You deserve retirement. You deserve to be happy. You don't need to be in a garage breathing harsh chemicals and breaking your fingers. And you damn sure don't want your last words to be, "We got to put a camshaft in it."